Hi everybody, welcome back to the YouTube channel. So this is my second video of the year. I almost said this is my first video, but I did do my December pages. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. This is the second video of the year. Welcome back to the channel. So happy you're still here hanging out with me. Today I'm going to show you my top 10 finished pages of 2020. So I went through all of my pages, which I realized wasn't that many, and tried to pick 10 of my all-time favorite pictures that I did last year. Once again, I want to make this a trend or a theme on my channel. Next year we'll do the same thing, and just kind of keep track of a way of how I progress in coloring and see if my style changes, see what I think is, my favorite thing in a year from now. So I'm gonna go ahead and go through they are in order, so I did do from my least favorite to my most favorite, but like I said, it is just 10 pages, so they're all my favorites. And like I said, it actually was kind of hard for me to pick 10 because I realized I didn't color as many pages as I thought I did. When you look back, you're like, oh yeah, I colored so much, and then when I was sitting there flipping through the books, I was like, I don't have... And not that I don't love my coloring pages, because I do. It was just like, oh, I don't have that many to choose from. I felt like it was like, okay, basically like one from every month. It wasn't like I had so many. It was hard for me to choose. So, all right, let me get this kitty cat out of the way and I will start showing you the pages. All right, coming in number 10 is Spooky Sweets Coloring Book by Carla Magana. This was my first Carla Magana picture I had ever colored, and it is this one here. I drew in the spiderweb background, and I followed one of Carla's tutorials here on YouTube. She does coloring tutorials. It was for a different page, but I basically just took her color palette and her technique of what she was doing on that page and threw it on this page. I love her art style and her coloring style, so this page was really fun for me to experiment with a whole new way of coloring, because the way she colors is pretty unique. This page is a mix of alcohol markers and gel pens. There is mostly, or all, the gold might be Uniball gold, but everything else, anything that's a gel pen, would be Jelly Rolls. And then a fine liner for her eyelashes, all of the squiggly lines in there, the lines on her tights. There's some metallic, like I said, some shading. I was really proud of this page, and that's why I picked it. I realize I'm going to be saying I was really proud or really liked or was really happy about all these pages. And that's obviously why I'm picking them in my top 10 favorite pages. So, I'll just be a broken record there. Number 9 is Escape to Wonderland. And this is by Good Wives and Warriors. And this is actually my very first page I did coming back into adult coloring. So I was kind of dipping my feet into adult coloring years back, maybe 2016. And it didn't stick. I didn't really stick with it. I had one set of markers. I did a few pages, and that was that. I didn't really get into it much. Then when I came back into it and I was really obsessed with it, this was the first finished page that I did. And I was literally over the moon that I did this. It was kind of an adventurous page to pick, being my very first page to color. I mean, there's hair, there's a skin tone, there's flowers, there's sky, there's books. I mean, all sorts of elements going on this page. And then I drew in the clouds. So I was very no fear at the beginning of my coloring journey looking back, and now I'm terrified to do anything. So I wish I still had this person in me who did this page, who wasn't afraid to try things and just put color on paper, because I was just so excited to do that. And now I feel like I'm so obsessed with wanting it to look a certain way that I'm scared to do it. And at this point, in my coloring journey, aka the very beginning, I was not. So another reason I was so excited was because I just got my Prismacolors. So this is my very first page with my Prismacolors. I did research. I looked up hair palettes on Pinterest. I looked up skin tones on Pinterest. I looked up how to color flowers. I was like super into it. I looked up how to do a cloud background, and I just went for it. And I really like her still. Like I said, I'm really proud of myself. And this is why this page had to make it into my top 10. Next up is number 8, and it comes from Botanicum by Maria Trolle. This was like my first big girl adult coloring book, like hardback book, super fancy. I really felt like I was doing things, I was going places, I was ready to be a colorist when I got my hands on this book. And I did this double spread. Well, I found a tutorial for this page from Julie's Passion for Coloring, and then I was like, well, the flowers are exactly the same on this side, and while she didn't show herself coloring this page, I was like, I want them to match. So I went ahead and just did, it's a little bit of a glare, I went ahead and just did both of them the same exact way and turned it into a double spread, and I'm really happy I did that because I was over the moon. I was so pleased with these pages when I first did them. Once again, they were like some of my very first pages I completed when I first started getting into coloring. So I was so happy. I still look back and I'm so pleased with this page. Like, the black background just makes all the colors pop. I love the techniques that Julie uses in her pages, and it taught me a lot, and I still want to go back to her tutorials to learn more, because I kind of like gone away from this style of coloring. She uses the white Prismacolor so much to blend, and it's just so beautiful, like on these flowers and the leaves. I mean, the coloring was so simple, yet turned out so incredibly beautiful. I did put a little bit of glitter green on the leaves there, some white Posca for the dots, and on the little girl's dress. But yeah, this page, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Alright, page number 7 is going to be out of Chibi Girls Coloring Book Volume 1. Now, I picked this not because I think it's spectacular coloring skills or anything like that. I picked this page because split coloring with my mom and my sister was something that made me so happy in 2020, and I cannot wait to do more of it. So you would have seen this page just in my December finishes, but this was me and my sister's favorite split coloring that we did this year, so I definitely wanted to include it in my favorites because, like I said, the split coloring thing has just been so fun. It's so cool to share something you really, really love with your loved ones or your family, your friends, whoever you have in your life. You guys, I mean, that's the point. A lot of us have started these coloring channels, is just to, you know, share the love of coloring with everyone. And I could do split colorings, like physical split colorings with you guys. I absolutely would. I think that would be magnificent. But yes, I do just want to say thank you again to my mom, my sister, for coloring with me this past year, and I hope to possibly finish this book in 2021. I think that would be a really awesome goal and something I could totally accomplish and would cherish very much if I finished this book with my mom and my sister. So this was the Native American Indian girl in this page. My sister did the right side, I did the left side. We use alcohol markers and a little bit of gel pen. Really simple page, a little bit of colored pencil here, and that was this one. In 6th place, we have a page out of Chibi Girls by Jade Summer, the grayscale 2 books in 1, and another page I literally just did in December. You would have seen this one. So this page was heavily inspired by a page I saw on Instagram by Craving for Coloring. I'll have it listed below if you want to check out her page. Like I said, heavily inspired. I saw that she did it Christmas themed, and I was like, I really want to do that page like that. So I was really happy with how this one came out. I was so pleased with the details and the time, the little extra time I spent to Used acrylic paint and colored pencil over the top of the alcohol marker, the metallic paint on the wall in the background. Overall, I just love this page, and I think it came out super, super sweet. So definitely a favorite of this year. In 5th place, we have Kawaii Horror, Jade Summer. This was my first page in this book, and it is the cover girl page. I was so happy with this page when it was finished. I was just like, I can't believe I did that. It was just so cool to me. I was really getting into alcohol markers this month. I did all of her skin with just alcohol marker. I did her hair just alcohol marker, her hat, her dress, the cat, just with alcohol marker, all the blending, all the shading, everything done with the alcohol markers. And I was so pleased with myself and what I was able to accomplish on this page. Oh, Luna's just gonna take a nappy. I did use colored pencil on the smoke swirls, a little bit of gel pen accents, a little bit of colored pencil on her this item in her hand and on her belt. But other than that, it was alcohol markers, and this is one of my favorite pages I've done with alcohol markers, just because of the blending and just, you know, it's an amazing starting point. I hope to look back at this page and still be very proud of myself, but see progression in my coloring with alcohol markers. So very happy with this one. Alright, we're nearing the end. In 4th place, we have my page out of Enchanted Faces. This was once again my first Hannah Lynn picture I'd ever completed, and it is the Moon Glow page. Once again, super happy, super stoked, super excited with how this page turned out. It is really beautiful in my opinion. I loved her hair. I wrote down the combo that I used in case I want to try and recreate it in the future. I think the only thing I would change about it now is her eyes, her eye color. Other than that, everything about this page is perfect to me. I wouldn't change anything. And yeah, for once again, it being my very first time coloring Hannah Lynn, I was like over the moon with how it came out. I couldn't have been happier. And if I didn't mention, this was all done with Prismacolors. Posca paint pen in the background and a gel pen for accents and some stickles in her flower. Yeah. In 3rd place, we have my page from World of Flowers. Now this one was another one I was always in awe. Every time I looked at this page, I was like, I can't believe I did that. Like, I did that with my hands. You can ask my Twitch stream. I was like, whenever I would show them progress, I'd be like, I did that. Like, I colored this. Oh, man, I was so proud of myself for these. I did follow a Chris Chang tutorial, which she takes all the work off your back. Let me tell you, her tutorials are amazing. Her coloring style is beautiful. She teaches you so much. She uses color combinations I would never have thought of, the way she blends the colors. I mean, I know that watching a tutorial is only half the part and you have to execute what you're seeing, but trust me, like, I could have never done this page so beautiful, and I obviously give her all the credit, and I would highly recommend following a Chris Chang tutorial because her coloring is beautiful. So this was definitely one of my favorites of the year, and I just couldn't be happier with this page, so I definitely had to include this, and it of course made my top 3 finishes of 2020. In 2nd place, we have my finish from Jasmine Beckett Griffith's Halloween, which again, you would have just seen in December. December was a good coloring month for me. I did a lot of exciting things, or things I was very proud of. I finally finished this 3-month whip. I know it's super tiny and took me 3 months to finish. I was intimidated, what can I say? But boy, was it worth it. I'm so happy with the finished result on this one. I couldn't love her more, honestly. When I look at the original Jasmine's painting, acrylic painting, and then I look at mine, I'm just so like tripped out. And I think it's so cool what I was able to accomplish with colored pencils. And I think how closely it resembles the original painting, which I love, which I was obviously going for. And I winged it. You know, I'm so used to following tutorials for things, and, you know, taking, well, obviously I took inspiration from the original, but, you know, I was just like, I looked at the picture and was like, okay, this is how, there's highlights, just got to figure it out. And I figured it out, and I was just so happy with the outcome and so proud of myself. So yay for this one. Definitely a top 10 finish in my book. Drum roll, please. We have my favorite, all-time favorite finished page of 2020, and it is out of Daydreams. One of my favorite coloring books, hands down. I adore this book, and now, once again, this was very, this page was done at the very beginning of my coloring journey, and I had that no fear, just excited to do things. I got this book, I thought it was gorgeous, I was excited to put color in it, and I did it, and now I'm scared, and I just want every page to be beautiful and a masterpiece, because I find this book is beautiful and a masterpiece. But here she is. This was my very first page done in Daydreams, or done by Hannah Carlson, or in a Hannah Carlson book, and once again, in love with, I just remember when I did this one, I would just look at it every day. I would literally look at it every day and be like, wow, I colored that. Like I said, excuse me, words, near the very beginning of my coloring journey. So I was just very new and excited, and I just couldn't believe that I did that. I was just like, wow, I did that. This was only my second time coloring hair and skin. I did watch tutorials, a Color with Claire tutorial on this like mermaid green hair. I saw it like way back in the day, and I remembered it, and then I was like, oh my gosh, that's what I want to do on this page. So I followed that hair tutorial to do this like mermaid green hair. And then once again, Chris Chang has many videos of her coloring skin, not this specific picture, but many Hannah Carlson women. So I just watched one of those videos and emulated what she was doing and winged it a little bit, and this is what I came up with. I took a lot of inspiration from photos I'd seen on Instagram. I took bits and pieces of things I liked about those, the outlining of the leaves with the white pen, the gold jewelry, the wings, and then I just kind of combined them into my page, and this is what I was left with. So this is hands down my favorite page of 2020. If I didn't mention Prismacolors, pastel on this blue part, black acrylic paint on the black background. I have white gel pen accents. I also have a gold gel pen. It's not Jelly Roll. It might be actually. Some stickles for the tiny little dots on the edge there. She's beautiful. I love her. She's everything. Couldn't be happier. And that completes my top 10 finished pages of 2020. Thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. As always, I really appreciate you. You guys are the best, and I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day or night. If you aren't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and turn on notifications so you don't miss another video when I post. And yeah, I think that's it. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.